A warm welcome for everyone. In this lecture, we'll be seeing about what is GPS and how GPS track your exact location. That is, if I'm having a smartphone with a GPS, that is any device which can access GPS, how your satellite finds your exact position. So, this is the objective, or this is a thing we are going to see in this lecture. So, first, we'll start with the GPS. So we all know what is GPS. GPS is nothing but global positioning system, which is used for finding a location of a person or location of a vehicle, whatever the thing we are tracking. That is for finding a position and for tracking and for navigation purpose, and also for routing purpose. Like if you want to travel from one place to another using GPS, you can find the routes of an of two cities or whatever the thing, a starting node and an ending node. We can find the route for traveling from one place to another. So this is how GPS has been used. So now let's see about how GPS or your satellite finds the exact position of your location. Um, Consider a person having a device or a smartphone with an access of an GPS. So he wants to book an cab, either for Ola or Uber or other thing. So he or she wants to book a cab. In sense, your smartphone will access your GPS and find the exact position of where you reside. In that Ola, you'll be seeing an option of current location. By clicking the current location, your device will be finding the exact position of your home or whatever the place that you reside. So how this process is happening? Let's see about how this process is going to happen with the GPS. Uh, First of all, we'll be seeing how your satellites are placed over your Earth. We know what is satellite. So satellites are placed in the space over years for all this GPS purpose of taking satellite images, aerial images, kind of thing. So in that, over your Earth, in the space, the satellites will be placed in an order like in an orbit space. So in this image, you can see the orbits around the Earth. So this is how orbits will be, and for each orbit, there is six orbits are going to be present over your Earth. Your Earth is going to be surrounded with six orbits, and each orbit is going to have four satellites. So six orbits plus into four satellites. Now, so overall, the total number of satellites will be 24. But this 24 represents the operational satellites for 95% of the time. So we are accessing the GPS for anytime we can access the GPS, right? So for the operation, these 24 satellites are the operational satellites which are used for 95 percentage of the time. And we know GPS is owned by USA. So USA has placed additional satellites like six to seven satellites for the like an backup satellite. In case of this 24 operational satellites are not working or any emergency purpose, or these satellites are gone for the service and all, this six to seven backup satellites will be used for tracking and positioning purpose. So overall, the operational satellite is going to be 24, and the backup or kind of other satellites are around 6 to 7. And recently, the overall number of satellites has been upgraded to 33 by the US government. So this is how your satellites will be placed. So now let's see about how your satellite finds your exact location. By this image, you can figure out what I mean. So he is a receiver. That is, he is a person who is going to use GPS for some purpose, for the tracking or for finding the position or for navigation. So any purpose, he may be using the GPS using his smartphone. So your smartphone will be connected or emit radiation, receives signals and emit signals to the nearby ground station. We know how radio waves has been transmitted and received. So your nearby station will be sending and receiving the signals for your smartphone. This ground station will be provided with the signals from the satellite. It is going to receive the signals from the satellites and it is going to emit the signals to your smartphone. So this is how it is going to send and receive the signals. But how it finds the exact location? For one user, that is, he is one user who is going to access the GPS. For this single person, four satellites will be uh, allotted. If I'm using an GPS now, I will be allotted with four satellites for finding my exact position. So uh, let's see about how what are the purpose or what are the works of each satellite. The first three satellites will be used for finding the position. It will not be accurate position, but it's going to find the position of in that particular orbit. In this example, in this image, see that A is satellite one, which is going to emit the signals. So this is the radius or radius of the orbit of satellite 1. So A is going to emit the radiations or radio waves. So in this orbit, so the work of satellite 1 is over. So your position may be anywhere in this position. After emitting the radio waves or after finding the orbit of satellite one, these are you can see the question marks here. So these are the position which you can reside in the Earth. So by this you can't find the exact position on the Earth, right? So your second satellite will be working. So after the second satellite emitting its radio waves, it will be covering its own orbit. So this is the orbit of your satellite B. So here you can see that both the satellites are intersected at 2 points. So these 2 points are the positions where you may reside, not the exact location. So either the person can reside in the X that is mentioned above, or also he can reside in the position below here. So now we have decreased the area size. That is, in case of satellite one, we have a larger area where the person can reside on the Earth. But in case of after using the second satellite, we have minimized the distance or the coverage area of that person residing on the Earth. So now the position is only two. Either it may be above or it may be below the intersection. So to find the exact position, we are going to use the third satellite, which is going to emit the radio waves and is going to uh, have its own orbit. So after using the third satellite C, we can see that C has been intersecting with A and B at one single point. So without any confusion or without any process, we can find that that person is going to be reside at this particular point. So this is where the person who are requesting or who are accessing GPS will be resides. That is, this is the exact position of that particular user. So this is the work of your three satellites. But also a case may happen where after using the satellite C also you may be having two positions. In case of satellite A and B, this is the coverage area of where your person may reside, either at the intersection above or the intersection below, or in the orbit of any. That is, this is the ellipse you can see, right? So in this ellipse your user may reside anywhere. So after using the third satellite, we are going to decrease the number of position as 2. In the previous example, by using the three satellites itself, we have found the position, but also there resides in a satellite 4, which is used for another purpose. I'll be telling that in a later slide. This is an example where by using the three satellite, we can find the exact position, but also the case where after using the third satellite also will be having 2 points. That is, by using the satellite A, I find that orbit, and by using the satellite B, I have also used the satellite B orbit and find the intersection of the A and B. So this is the arc. This is arc 1 and this is arc 2. You can see my cursor there. So this is the arc 1 and this is the arc 2 where the user may reside on the earth. So I can't find the exact position. So I am going for the satellite 3. So satellite 3 will be emitting radio waves in its orbit, and now after the third satellite, the number of position has been minimized to two points. That is, you can see the blue mark here, blue points here. So this is the position 1 and this is the position 2. From this two position is where your user is going to reside, but we don't know the exact location of your user. To find the exact location of the user, we'll be going for the fourth satellite, which is going to calculate the time and distance of your device. That is, by using the satellite 1, 2 and 3, we have just find the coverage area, or it's not like a coverage area. We have find the range where you may reside. Only the range where the person or the user resides on the earth, but it doesn't calculate any time or distance of your user. But by using the satellite 4, we'll be finding the time, that is the device of the user and the satellite time will be synchronized. We know the universal time between universal time that is used by the satellite. So the user time and the satellite time will be synchronized by using the satellite 4, and then the distance of the user from the first three satellites, satellite A, B and C, the distance covered, that is the distance from satellite A to the user, B to the user, C to the user, is found using the satellite 4. And finally that 2 points, we know in the previous example we've seen 2 points which we covered by using the satellite 3, right? So see the third image here. So this is the 2 points. For your convenient, I have been given a 3D image here. So this is the orbit one, that is a satellite. This is satellite B and this is satellite 3, and this is the two position we have concluded with the satellite 3. And by using this fourth satellite, we are going to find the distance from this point to A, B, C, and this point from to A, B, and C. With that calculation of time and distance, the fourth satellite will be finding the exact position of your exact location of your position. So in the last image, you can see that from 2 points, we have minimalized to 1 point, which is the position of your user or the person who is accessing the GPS. So this is how the satellites will be finding the position of your device or position of you. So hope everyone understood the topic. So we have seen about what is GPS and how GPS or satellite is finding your exact position. We have used for one person, 4 satellites will be located. From the first 3 satellites, we are just finding the range where the person resides on the earth. By using the fourth satellite, we'll be first of all synchronizing the time of your user and the satellite, and we'll be finding the distance from each satellite. And finally, we'll be concluding with 1 point. From 2, we have minimized to 1 where the exact position of the user. So this is how we'll be we are accessing the we are working using Vola and all, right? If I'm giving current position now, the exact position of your location is found by this process. So this is about GPS and how it finds your location.